James Kaufman, World News Report today, February 14th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that we're in a geomagnetic storm and or disturbance. Taking a look at our KP indexes, we show that the Boulder KP index has been in a geomagnetic disturbance for 12 hours today. Taking a look at our Fredericksburg KP index, we see 9 hours of a geomagnetic disturbance. Headed to our estimated planetary KP index, NASA knows exclusive new updated index. We see 6 hours of a geomagnetic storm and 6 hours of a geomagnetic disturbance. And finally, looking at our most sensitive KP index, we're showing 12 hours of a geomagnetic storm, a KP5 and maybe a KP6, 12 hours along with 3 hours of a geomagnetic disturbance. Now let's see what's going on here. All right, taking a clean look at our estimated planetary KP index from 1 to 3 UTC time, which is from 7 to 10 last night, we entered a geomagnetic storm, a KP5G1. Now we've also seen a geomagnetic storm from 1200 UTC time to 1500 UTC time. So that's going to be from right around 5 a.m. this morning till about 8 a.m. this morning, Central Time here in the U.S. All right, headed over to discover real-time solar wind, try to figure out if we got hit by coronal mass ejection, or is this solar winds from a coronal hole, or neither. And I'm in the camp of neither, believe it or not. You can see our shields are mostly up here. I don't see any real indications of a storm. Plasma never goes above 10 centimeters cubed, so we know that we didn't get hit by coronal mass ejection, right? Now, we were expecting some solar winds, but they really never got over about 570, 580 just for one. There's a 580 right there. Never got to even 600 kilometers per second, but we're all of a sudden in a G1 geomagnetic storm. Some indexes say for 6 hours, some say for longer. The temperatures stayed right at normal all day long. The other thing I would like to point out are these strange dots instead of a line. There's dots everywhere. You have plasma that's baselined here, and then plasma that shoots up to 3. Plasma baselines here, plasma shoots up. The same thing is happening with the solar wind. It's all over the place. It almost looks like there's two sources of solar winds and or plasma here that are, meeting, i.e. both hitting Earth from different directions. Let's take a look. All right, this is our GO Solar Ultraviolet Imager, 195 angstroms. If we were having any type of solar storm event, we'd think it would be solar winds over 600 kilometers per second from this coronal hole here, which had been Earth facing. The timing would be good there, but the problem is we really don't have any solar winds over 580 kilometers per second, and we don't have any plasma whatsoever, not any close to 10 centimeters cubed, which is the space weather alert threshold. I like to check my work, so we're going to jump over to ACE Real-Time Space Weather, another satellite, an older satellite. We can also see here that solar winds never go above 600 kilometers per second, and plasma never goes above 10 centimeters. And we can see that temperatures have basically remained normal all day long, maybe slightly high, but really normal. We also have that strange, everything pattern, all the way to the baseline, up to 5, all the way to the baseline, up to 5, all the way to the baseline. Something that looks like it's two forces fighting each other almost, right? And solar winds aren't very impressive, stuck between about 500 and 580 kilometers per second. And if that was causing the geomagnetic storm, it should have been, well, we should have been in a geomagnetic storm all day long, because that's where they've been all day long. So what is going on here? We did say from 12 to 15. We look there, there's really no exceptional wind, no exceptional plasma here. Also, we talked about from 0 to 3, and we see that there's no exceptional solar wind. There's that 580 right there, and no exceptional plasma. We should, again, either not be in a geomagnetic storm at all, or be in one all day long, because basically we're looking at the same thing all day long, right? All right, over to HMI intensogram. It looks like we have 9 Earth-facing sunspot groups. 2 of them are beta gamma, 3990 and 3992. Here and here, the rest of them are simple sunspots. We do have 2 M flares. We will report them on a short video after this. But I'd like to show you the winds coming from behind the planet, opposite side of the sun. All right, I'm going to explain this model to you first. Earth is this little ball in the middle here. The white part is sun-facing. The other side is night-facing. Obviously, that's changing every moment as Earth does a 365-degree circle or turn every day. Earth's also moving to the left at about 67,000 miles an hour, orbiting our sun. Earth's also coming right at you in these models, these cut plane models, at about 540,000 miles an hour, i.e. our sun is moving that fast, pulling Earth away from the Big Bang, according to mainstream science. So it's going to the left, it's coming at you, and the light gray around it is our atmosphere. The problem we have is the pressure should show up as a bow shock in front of the planet, since we're moving to the left. But instead we have pressure off the charts, look up here, off the charts, behind, coming from behind the planet with no bow shock. Now, some would call this an ebbing effect, but to have an ebbing effect, i.e. the energy moving around from the bow shock to hit the back side of Earth, we would need a bow shock, i.e. some space weather to show up here. But what we have here is nothing but a lack of a bow shock, and we have heavy pressure coming in from only the back side of Earth, not the sun-facing side, the white part, but the night-facing side. This tells me there is a cosmic wave or some secondary source of energy in play here. Could it be a lot of things, folks? We know about all the rogue planets, all the rogue black holes, all the, well, our possible binary star. There's so many things out there that we do and don't know about that could be causing this. But I don't see it coming from the sun here. Let's continue. All right, over to wind velocity. What we should be seeing is the negative 600, i.e. that would be a bow shock. But we don't see any of that right here. Negative 600 would mean that we had 600 kilometer per second solar winds, as it said that we did on our Discover and ACE satellites, hitting Earth from the direction of the sun. But we don't really see that. Nothing even close to that color in front of the sun. What do we see? Well, we see 600 kilometer per second plus, because it's off the chart, winds coming up from behind the planet and basically passing the planet, because the planet's only moving at 67,000 miles an hour, whereas 600 kilometers per second, these winds you see here are moving to the left, at 1.34 million miles an hour. But our planet's only moving to the left at 67,000 miles an hour while it orbits. You can see all of the winds coming from up and behind the planet here with no heavy bow shock whatsoever to be seen. And they continue pretty much ongoing with no 600 kilometers per second that they said was, well, in play on Discover and ACE. It's not there. It's not there, period. Now, according to ISWA spiral, we don't have any plasma or solar winds hitting us today. It's like this is modeled from one of the M flares today. Might cause a glancing blow, but we're looking at the 17th, as you can see here. The 17th, and then again being hit by this plasma on the 21st, 22nd. It's an awful long prediction, NASA. This is the NASA's ISWA spiral. And it shows no impact for today. Earth being the little yellow dot right here, by the way. I thought we better pull out all the tools for this one. Here we have Earth in white and black, moving to the right this time at 67,000 miles an hour. Also moving at you at 544,000 miles an hour, being pulled by our sun. We do see a slight bow shock here, but we also have solar winds that are coming up and causing this even brighter bow shock on the backside. The backside, although our planet's going this way and the solar winds are coming from the right. So watch the solar winds in the back. Now, this is Earth and Earth's atmosphere and the moon here. You can imagine how many millions of miles behind Earth, because Earth's moving to the right, that these winds are here. It's about a 250,000 miles to the moon, so you can imagine that this is several million miles behind Earth. And these are ongoing. I wanted to get into that time period that, that our KP planetary index says that we're in a geomagnetic storm, and we can see most of the pressures on the back here again, and the winds are coming from the back, and there's a fight right about here. And you can see that this is not letting up. Crazy stuff. Again, you can see that this is, well, this has a lot more pressure than the bow does, and this is behind the planet here. These winds are at least a couple of million miles behind the planet, pushing at Earth. We just saw that they were moving over 1.34 million miles an hour. That was off the charts. What is hitting Earth currently? I guess that is the $1 million question. As we discussed, it could be a binary planet. It could be planetx. It could be a black hole. It could be a cosmic wave. It could be something from the center of our galaxy, the center of our universe. Really, really hard to know when you don't see anything and they don't tell you. We know it's not coming from the sun, though, because, well, we saw on ACE and we saw on Discover that there is no solar wind or plasma that would put us into a geomagnetic storm. Explain this to me. Rogue planet, rogue star. We could continue to name possibilities, but there's really no way to tell. And there you have it, all the proof off the charts here. Over 1.34 million miles an hour, moving to the left here, with Earth only moving at 67,000 miles an hour to the left. So something's hitting Earth, all right. There is a geomagnetic storm of some sort here. It could be a galactic wind, could be energy caused from just about anything. At this point, we don't know, period. Please leave your thoughts and any questions you might have, which I probably can't answer, in the comments below. With that said, God bless each and every one of you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think's causing this quote-unquote geomagnetic storm. I will do a short video on the M flares that appear to be inbound with a coronal mass ejection up next. God bless.